Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as you can tell, I'm not in front of my traditional green screen. I am on the road this week, on the road today, and as such, I wanted to still do a video and talk about some of the information that's been coming out. So my last video covered the dev blog that came out on the 27th and 28th. This video is going to cover the dev blog that came out on the 29th and today on the 30th when I made this. And I'm not going to go over everything. There's just some highlights that I really want to focus on and kind of bring to your attention. Again, this video and videos like this that go over the dev blog or go over the forum at all are really just to help those players who don't go to the forums. So if you've read this, I'm not going to tell you much that's new, but still, hopefully this will be beneficial to you guys because I am really excited about this line of communication. Now, one of the things that they've talked about here, they open up here with, is this in-game feedback surveys. It says each month we run a customer satisfaction survey, which helps us gather feedback about how we're doing, and so then it identifies improvement. Gets the general pulse of the health of the community. If you ever get a survey, I highly recommend you take the time to fill it out. They may not and don't have the bandwidth to act on everything that comes out, every problem that comes up every few days or every few months, unless it's a major problem. But otherwise, they are trying to implement fixes to many of the solutions or many of the problems that we as players have with this game. And so if you ever get a survey, I highly recommend, for our sake, for the sake of the game, fill it out. One of the other things, and I have to be careful what I share here, so I'm just going to go ahead and read this little paragraph. It says, "Game changers. I'm personally really excited to be working more closely with our partners in the EA Game Changer program. Since a number of them came out to Sacramento, we're cooking up a number of different initiatives to bring the game changers in earlier to learn about our upcoming content, as well as figuring out better ways to highlight the great content they produce. Better informed game changers can lead only to more informed and insightful content. Stay tuned for a series of Q&A videos with Carrie and game changers to answer many of the rest of the questions that weren't able to cover the night of the previous Q&A." So what it sounds like, and what this post officially says, is that there will be videos that will cover the rest of those questions. Now, here's the next thing too, and this is, I think, really important for anyone who wants to have more of a hands-on approach on what the back end of the game looks like and what the future of the game will look like, is the beta program. Now, he goes off and he said that last year when they did the Territory Wars, there was a beta for Territory Wars. It was an open beta, and 14,000 people signed up for. That's a heck of a lot of people to sign up for the beta. But if you consider how many people actually play the game or have it downloaded, there's a lot more out there. And the more people that get access to earlier content, I think the better. And so there's a link that is provided, and I'll leave it in the link in the section, the comments below. But it is a link for, if you would like to participate in the beta program, this is how you can do it. This is how you can take part. And I, again, encourage everyone who's even remotely interested in doing this, because one, it allows you to see the different iterations of the game, and it's a truly fascinating aspect. I've taken part in a few different betas, not necessarily with Galaxy of Heroes, but with a few other games that never came to fruition. It's neat to see how they make the changes. Now, if you are in a beta program, if you've never done it before, just know that this isn't they're not going to show you, or not going to give you the most beautiful rendition. It's definitely something that is a work in progress, and it's definitely something that you just have to know that it's not going to be pretty. Keep that in mind. Now, the thing that I was most interested about, the thing that I wanted to learn the most about, was this character cadence. And oh, guys, I have been curious about this for a really long time. Now, the interesting thing about, and I'll just go ahead and summarize this whole post, but what they said is this entire last year, especially when it comes to marquee events, they've been tinkering. And this has been a year of definite trial and error. They've made mistakes, but they've learned from their mistakes. They've tested stuff out, and they feel like the testing phase for this is finally over. And what they've come up with is they have a series of rules that you can kind of expect when it comes to marquee events. And I'll just go ahead and read them out here. It says a month and a half after a new character launches, what you will see is then it's going to go to the Chromium packs. That means we're probably going to be seeing Scion, if that is this, we're probably going to be seeing Scion move to the Chromium packs sometime mid-April. Then by end of May, early June, we should see Scion as a farmable character, which I am looking forward to, because Scion is a great character and I love him. But I'm not going to pay for him, right? I'm trying to go free to play. I'm trying to go straight, guys. I'm trying to cut out the middleman, the finances, because it's just, to me, it's a lot, right? Now, it does say these locations are limited to, and then this is at the moment, Cantina, Hard Light Side, Dark Side, Guild Store, and Guild Events. Now, what's interesting is that at the moment section, what does that mean? Are they going to add more stores? Probably not anytime in the future, but they could potentially be adding them to all the stores, or maybe they're going to be adding them to different stores that don't have them, right? Maybe they're adding new game areas that will come, because let's face it, eventually that's something that they could potentially do. That's not necessarily out of the realm of possibility. So it gives a little more insight as to why they don't add characters to Galactic War, Cantina Store, Fleet Arena Store, or Arena Store. The idea is that once you have all of those characters maxed out, that those areas should be used for the shard shop. Now that might mean that they're going to start rotating characters in the shard shop a little more, or adding characters to the shard shop. Who knows, right? That might be a potential future. But now they do have the reservation that, like, well, we'll update other areas as the game changes. Here's one thing that I'm really excited about. It says all characters that enter the game through a marquee event will always follow the above cadence, specifically Mother Talzin, Wicket, the zombies. That's not going to happen anymore. Or they have learned their lesson and they are going to move on. And that is, I think, exciting, because I'm ready for Wicket. Hopefully that means that Wicket will be coming out soon. Same with Mother Talzin and the zombies. Maybe Zombie and the Spirit. Now, here's the other thing that I think is really cool, and I missed this the first time that I read this. It says, we have content releases approximately every 2 weeks. Our goal is always to release units close to their landing date as possible and keep within the spirit of the cadence. If you haven't seen it at the 6-week marks, it is likely coming in the next release, right? So it's likely coming on a Wednesday, because I think that's pretty close to the day that they do it. I mean, sometimes they update on different days, but they're adding new stuff every 2 weeks. New characters or new content of one form or another. That's pretty awesome. And granted, they'll probably be doing like a rotation of stuff. So maybe it's not new every 2 weeks, but new to you if you're a new player. From now on, each marquee event will debut exactly one unit. So no more Wicket, no more Mother Talzin, no more 4 at a time. It'll be 1 at a time. Then maybe 2 weeks later, we'll see something else. Each marquee event will debut. So each marquee event will kind of give you a tutorial on each skill. Usually I skip these, but they're very useful for new players, and they're useful for everyone. I just am lazy and probably should spend more time on them. Each marquee event will include a bonus tier for 80 to 85 players. And then each marquee will include a practice tier where players can take a new unit into battle against a squad chosen by us. This is the sandbox that people have been asking for, right? This is what people have been wanting. They've wanted something that they can test a new character out. Now, granted, this isn't something that's continuing with that one character, but I mean, if you develop that character, then potentially, I don't know. But I think that's kind of neat, because again, guys, they're listening to us. Marquee events will no longer disappear once completed, but will remain open for the duration of the schedule, so typically 2 to 3 days. And you'll be able to replay the previous completed tiers for no reward to further practice the new character. So that is awesome. I don't know if it'll cost anything, but at least you'll be able to replay it and get some hands-on experience with that character, and I think that's incredibly beneficial. They say we may include additional tiers to tutorialize additional information that we think is relevant to the unit or a faction unit release. What does that mean? What that means is, take Holdo or Rose. These characters are underutilized, and had there been a tutorial on, hey, look at this, this is a mechanic on how you could potentially use this, they may show you stuff like that. Now, I don't think they're going to hold your hand and walk you through it, but very well they could. I don't necessarily know, but because that seems like a very valuable tool, a very important aspect to have. Now, moving on, the crystals, you're going to have a single pack that's available, will cost 1,299 crystals and yield somewhere between 5 and 330 unit shards. These packs will last for approximately a month after the Marquee event starts. All Marquee events bundles will now be $9.99 and give, you know, that's US dollars, so whatever it is in your land, for those of you who are not in the US, it'll be that specific price, and it won't change, right? So they're keeping that $9.99 low. So if you want them, it's still affordable, right? It's not going to be the $80 pack where you get like a bajillion crystals and you get a bajillion other things. But this is an important thing, right? So with the legendary events and the new legendary events, so the new legendary event is an event that is has only gone once or maybe even twice. But what they want to do is they want to keep people excited about it. So when they announce it, be prepared for about a week's worth of kind of like build up, right? Some hype, videos from me, videos from other game changers, videos from other YouTubers. And essentially the concept is you have a week. Once we announce it, you get a week. And, you know, farm what you need, build what you need, so on and so forth. Now, this is what's important about that. Once you have that week, that's when you are to do your best to focus on whatever event you're going to need. And the other thing with that is, if you know you're not going to be able to get that character, don't panic farm. It's not worth it. Save your crystals, save your money. If you are close, then yeah, maybe panic a little bit. But if you're like 4 star levels away, don't do it. It's not worth it. They're going to be coming around. Overall, guys, I've been really excited with these last 4 blog posts, these last 4 forum posts, because it is a step in the right direction. They're not going to be able to keep this up. You know, they're still trying to find a community manager. So they, in one of the links here, they added the job description again. So if you're interested and live out in, you know, the capital of California, Sacramento, check it out. Maybe you don't have to even live in the capital. But if you've got the experience and whatnot, you know, give it a shot. They seem like really nice guys and gals out there. It's a pretty fun environment. But they're not going to be able to keep up this daily blog post. That's just not feasible. I mean, for anyone. But I do think what's important is they're going to try and keep the channels open. With that, guys, take advantage of it. If you see a survey, take the survey. Join the beta group. I'll leave the link in the section below. Do the things that will give you the information that you want so that you can make the difference in this game. Don't be a bystander. Take an active role in this game. I got to tell you, I enjoy this game a lot more because I make these YouTube videos. I love Star Wars. That's no secret. But this is a lot of fun for me, and it makes me more passionate about the game itself. And I will say, you will find a passion if you participate in stuff like that, in the surveys, in the feedback section. It just do it, right? And you'll be rewarded for it, right? But what do you guys think? If you had a chance, was this information valuable? Did it provide you with anything that you needed above and beyond what we already knew, or what we already were promised, or what we already thought we knew? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, stay nerdy and happy Easter.